Hello, everybody. So, you've probably already seen the title. This is about how to make a perfect. Well, it's not how to really make. It's just uh, have been customizing lately. I'll show you a little sneak peek of what's to come. I just finished. So, you didn't see him before, but I did epoxy sculpt on a multiple man head to make a James Bond figure. This is basically Pierce Brosnan. You know him. Um, if you're a fan of James Bond, you know which James Bond that is because you kind of got to know all the James Bond actors. Um, but I want to make his head, and so I used multiple man since he's grinning, and I did epoxy sculpt on his hair, making his hair. The thing is, it was bumpy because, of course, at that time I was just kind of like I was trying to make like hair kind of prints in it, which didn't work as well as I wanted. So it ended up being lumpy and not looking like hair. So I sanded it down. You can see it now. Trying to focus in on it. So I sanded it down and come on, come on. I'm gonna focus. Anyway, I sanded it down so you can see it is smooth now. And one thing is, this is a real fun trick. So make a really kind of thick hair, because when you sand it, the grains, if you sand one way the whole time, you'll end up with grains. So sort of a directional pattern that kind of wears out the epoxy and turns into making it look like actual hair once you paint over it. And then, if you do a coat of white and then a dry brush coat of black, you end up with this fantastic sculpt. Now, I'm not a big fan of his, this coming down right now. It looks a little toupee-ish, but that will get kind of roughed out, a little more fixed. And he's gonna get a couple more coats of paint because I gotta get rid of the blue. But I'm liking it so far. And I'm gonna kind of do something with this. Trust me, it's not gonna be as flat as it is right now. So I've been customizing in terms of that kind of stuff. But one of my favorite figures of 2019 was the Mandalorian figure because that was also one of my favorite TV shows and just general Star Wars stuff. It's definitely up there for Star Wars stuff since I'm a fan of Mandalorians in general. So I want to make him a custom cape because if you don't know, I'm a big fan of Community and I love that show. And when I watched it, there's a episode in season 2 where they're playing paintball assassin, just paintball basically, and in it, one of the characters, Abed, kind of has a poncho on since it's supposed to be like a western movie. Well, it's kind of more like a spaghetti western ish. But it's supposed to be like a western movie. And in it, you see Abed. He has like his poncho and like ever so lightly you'll see the tip of his gun pointing out. So I want to do that for Mandalorian because I really want to do the Mandalorian series, but in terms of a total, uh, like total Western movie, total Western like the good, the bad, and the ugly films that when I was a kid affected me because that was what me and my grandpa watched. Um, so here is the cape for my Mandalorian. Now you can see he's doing what I wanted him to do, holding his gun out. You don't see his hand. I like that. So this isn't my first time attempting capes. I did one for Prowler. I'm just gonna take the cape off him real quick. I made one for Prowler, and that was easy because I kind of knew what I wanted to do. I knew what the sculpt was gonna look like. I knew how it was gonna look. But this one, I didn't kind of plan things out. I was just like, because it was yesterday, May the 4th, and I was just kind of like, you know what? I should do something like that. Uh, I should do a cape, that I want to, since I was filming stop motion and then I filmed the end, and now it's over. Um, so here is the cape. I didn't use the exact fabric I wanted to use. I wanted to use something more grayish. This one I still do like. I like this cape. It's simple and it gets out of the way. It's not like a Batman cape or something that's just in the way when you want to pose it. I also knew that I wanted it to be wired. I am fine with it being brown. I think that's a little more. I don't like when characters' costumes are all gray. So I might give this to Din Dinjari when that figure comes out. Because if you don't know the Black Series one, the silver suit is gonna be called Din Dinjari, his real name. Um, and so you can see it's a little overhanging here. Why wouldn't I just attach it here or cut that off? And you can see a little line that I accidentally did. It's because I want it to be able to wrap around his shoulder like this one does. This one goes on his shoulder, but I still wanted it to be able to be like a poncho and kind of cover him. And since this part, really when it's on him, this part of his back is exposed and he has it on. So I can sort of still keep that with this cape, but I can also keep it more thicker on this side. So it's almost like him having a poncho on, like that. And I think that looks fantastic. Just that look is amazing. And you can't tell if he has his gun ready to point at you. You just can't. And that's what I love. I always loved, and like the good, the bad, and the ugly. Whenever he was under a poncho, and I was always wondering, like, does he have his gun ready? Is he ready to shoot? Is he And that was just something that I've found awesome. Because as a kid, that mystery, something that I love. And I love building that in movies, and I want to do that in my future movie career. If you don't know, I want to become a director, and I think I will. I gotta go to film school and all that kind of stuff, though, because it's kind of hard just to make a movie and then get attention and then fuck up. But this is one of my favorite figures. It's my favorite Star Wars figure. He is really what started me collecting in Star Wars. I know you could say it was Lando, but honestly, I was gonna buy that figure regardless if I like Star Wars even, and I think a lot of people have been buying it regardless if it's Star Wars. And then Mace Windu as a kid. I think Mace Windu was my favorite Jedi, always. Um, and he just is. I mean, come on, it's Sam Jackson. I love him. It's Sam Jackson. Come on, he's awesome. So yeah, that's a little custom cape. It's a lot like a poncho. I might attempt this again, with a gray fabric, but I don't have any right now, and it's kind of hard to find some. Um, since of course I didn't want to wait forever for it to ship. Um, and yeah, I just genuinely like him, and like, kind of just like, I just like how he looks. Now, I sadly love this so much that I need to make myself a blurg. Because I want him to be like a cowboy, just riding it. And I'm going to show you the new Star Wars display real quick. So let's go take a look at that and see if I kept him in his cape or if I didn't. You'll see. Just so you know, I thought that we were maybe going to get some trailer for Mandalorian 2. We really didn't. I'm kind of angry with that. But what I'm more angry about is that freaking Black Series didn't announce that they were making Moff Gideon. I still want him because he was pretty freaking badass. And here is the collection. So, there's Rey, there's Kylo, there's the Sith Trooper, sort of the new trilogy series. And then back to Mandalorian, which is before that. And then original series, prequels. Sort of a timeline, but more fun. So I have some of the droids just out there. BB-8, Dio. Forgot his name because I don't think he even exists. There's 2 Jawas. I'm a big fan of Jawas, if you don't know. I'm a real big fan of Jawas. Like, Jawas are the shit. And I'm gonna switch up their look. Kind of want to have maybe all of them pointing their guns at each other. Like, kind of like, hey, you don't mess with me. But I don't know yet. They made a Moff Gideon figure. I probably know what I was gonna do. And then, I love the original trilogy characters just looking there. Leia looks badass. Which, honestly, she could have been way more badass in the series. And then Han's just kind of in the background. Because Han is taller than both of them, so I can have him be in the background. And then Mace. And you might be wondering, oh, there's my Baby Yoda custom. Yeah, I can't wait for the new Black Series 1 to come out. It's gonna be so cute. And then, of course, 2 Jawas. I already said that. You're probably wondering, where is Lando? I mean, he kind of was the guy that made your whole Black Series love start. Like, you bought Lando, and then you bought everyone else. Well, he's not in this shelf, or any Star Wars shelf. He's up there, with the Marvel boys. Yeah, I put him here. I couldn't resist it. I mean, he can hold the hammer. It's Donald freaking Glover, and I love him. You might know him as Childish Gambino. I know him as Donald Glover. Oh, and I think this is a good time to show some of my Star Wars pops. There are... Oh, hello! There is the... Well, this is the TV baseball bat. So, TV shows, if you don't know. And so Mandalorian and Clone Wars. And then I have the blurge behind my computer. Mandalorian on blurge, which is one of my favorite Funko Pops of all time. I have the freaking Joker chase, which is my favorite right now. And then the Death Watch, the one that I saw at GameStop. I couldn't pick him up because I didn't have my wallet. I went back home to get my wallet, and he left. But then I remembered, oh yeah, they're going to be releasing that kind of soon in a shirt. And then I got the shirt, and I love the shirt. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I have been Rodimus2099. Please click that subscribe button right there and listen. Saying this again too early. Anyway, there's going to be a playlist right there. I believe that's going to be my Star Wars stop motions. Some pretty fun ones. You should check it out. Boop, boop, boop. And then over there is going to be a Star Wars video. I can't remember what right now. Probably my Mandalorian theories, or it might be a little display video. The old display. And then over there is a video that YouTube recommends for you. They know you more than I know you, so I bet you should check it out right there. Alright, see you in the next video. Goodbye!